The city of Cape Town in South Africa. This encounter sees the USA taking on France in the men's 45 division. It is the USA in all blue, playing from right to left, and France in the all white with a little bit of red trim, playing from left to right on your screens. USA launching a overhead immediately, that's intercepted by France in midfield. They look to spark something down the right hand side, just a little bit too much on it for Declerc to get onto it. So it will be the USA from the left hand side. Good tackle from France, Cordelier. Unfortunately though, it is a stick check. So the USA defenders just getting themselves ready as shot comes in for the French off the upright, and a re-award of the short corner. So it was a good chance for the French. Senless at the top of the circle. Verrier, this time with the slap to the far post, and fortunately on this occasion it comes off the foot. Taken quickly by the USA, breakaway chance. But just not enough on that attempted overhead. And the ball goes out the sideline. Hindi gets the ball into midfield to Glennon. Back it goes to Hindi with a good pass to the right hand side. Sabaya just can't get control of the ball. It was a hard pass. Plenty of speed on that one, plenty of pace on it. But the French do have it, and out they come to the right hand side. Verrier. deciding to go to the left-hand side, and the French just happy to keep the ball at the back. This is Monteco. Verrier once again, French just maneuvering and manipulating the USA defenders. Now looking for the big ball down the line. Monteco, unfortunately, cannot keep it in field. So the US through Ladana decides to send the ball to the back, and they too comfortable to keep it at the back. And now as the big overhead attempt by Bamra, it's a massive overhead as US Fleck goes charging after it, but that's excellent overhead from TJ Bamra, using the wind at his back to good effect. And that's probably one thing we got to keep our eyes on, is there is a pretty stiff breeze coming from the right to left. So at the back of the USA at the moment, they're probably, for this opening half, the opening 2 quarters, they've got to make good use of it, especially with those overheads, because it could become tricky for the French defenders. Midfield pocket set up by the French, but turns out to be a good decision by the French, as the USA side force the pass. They do cough up possession, no pressure on Bloch, the captain of France. So he's able to retrieve the ball. Verrier comes back to support him. Big space for the right half to work if he can get to it. Good little interplay. Morel back on the inside. This is good play from the French, keeping the ball alive, finding the right striker in Cohen. Cohen is penalized for the first challenge on the USA defender. So the French are looking full of running, as the USA just try to maintain things as much as they can, absorb as much pressure as they can. Perhaps rely on some counter-attack hockey in the early stages of this game. Big overhead from Bamra once again. It's in behind the French defenders. Now it's a foot race. It's on the bounce of the ball. Out comes the goalkeeper, but an off-the-ball push by Antoine Monteco results in the umpire awarding the short corner. It'll be a first short corner for the USA. So the safety equipment goes on for France. The umpire is just hurrying the USA attacking contingent a little bit more. It does seem, though, that Captain Hindi has set himself up at the first castle. Does go for Hindi, looking for the drag flick, doesn't quite get it. And a massive clash of bodies. Damian Glennon came through charging, looking for the deflection, and absolutely smashed into Pierre-Louis Verrier, who took a hard tumble. But he's back up on his feet almost immediately. He seems to be okay. And apologies coming in from Glennon, obviously completely unintentional. It was Glennon from the injection, was trying to get to the ball, get a stick on it. Clashed with Verrier. So Verrier is back up on his feet. He is still on the field, which is good to see that nothing too concerning happened at that occasion. We do have excellent medical staff on the side of the field should anything happen. Interception, or an attempted interception by Lebre, and on the 23 of the US. But Hindi was on hand to snuff out that one. To midfield go the US. That's a good little touch in midfield by Bodini, but does cough possession up to the French. Moreau to the back they go. So France wanting to build from the back, wanting to keep the ball going, keeping it moving around. The USA applying the pocket, but somehow France get through the pocket. And now to the right-hand side. But the USA defenders able to scramble, able to get the cover in, and manage to snuff out that French attack. Ooh, big pass attempt from the US. Buckingham getting underneath it somewhat. Unable to keep the ball down, so hands possession back to France. Now come with a good attacking chance on this right-hand side. Moreau with the overhead attempt to the far side, hooks it a little bit, but fortunately for him, it falls to the captain Bloch. And the France side keep it going through the middle. Danger this though on this occasion. The US, it seems as though, are just forcing passes that are not quite there. Player stopping from hearing a whistle. The whistle coming from the other side on the B field out here at Harteville. And that's something to contend with as France win another short corner. Damien de Clercq popping the ball onto the foot of Glennon. And able to win a short corner for the French. To the short side, Cordelier, charge down, Vivier has a shot, has a swing, misses it altogether. He had an absolute massive go at it, taken quickly by the USA, and immediately they cough back up possession into the field, into the circle. Comes off the defender's stick, but this time comes off a French stick, and the French are not going anywhere. Good pass through, there's space on the far post! Not to be for France on this occasion. A good pass across the face by Cordelier. Just cannot get his stick on it. There's David Cohen. Bamra using that massive overhead of his just to try and relieve some of this pressure on the USA. But the French keep coming. Cohen, right inside, into the circle goes Cohen, lays it back. Defender is there to deal with it though for the US. Or pops the ball into, or at least over the baseline, not directly over the baseline, or at an angle, which means he doesn't concede a short corner. So it is a long corner, big ball through for France. Once again looking for David Cohen. But it doesn't quite find the stick. Chance for the USA of a little error from the French defender. But unfortunately for the US, unable to get their sticks on the ball. So there is dangerous signs for the US if they can maintain possession for long enough and link those passes. Got to make sure that they're linking up with each other like they did in the first few minutes. But they have been starved of possession by France. Into midfield is Egidio. To the left-hand side he goes with Vivier. Up front is Lebré. Into the circle is the number 8. Tries to work something, good little overlap across the face. Cohen working hard to try to win the ball back for the French. But it just seems as though the US are having to absorb all sorts of pressure. As Bamra once again with that massive overhead goes over the head of the initial defender and attacker. This is good play now from the US. Space on the left-hand side, keeping it alive. But well defended by Monteco for the French. To get it on the inside, which they do. It falls kindly for Cordelier, who holds the ball up nicely. Allows the next wave of players to come through. A few interceptions. And Cohen up front for the US. Hindi makes the challenge. It's good work from Sean Hindi, making the tackle and then ensuring that he does get the free hit. Bamra this time tries to smash the ball forward. Comes off a French stick, so it should be a long corner. Indeed it is. The Bamra showing that not only does he have a mean overhead, he's got a massive hit on him as well. And probably felt that if passing the ball through the midfield is not going to work, so we might as well smash it all the way up and see if we can find the strikers. Although, unfortunately for the US, Bodini raises that ball, creates some sort of danger, and that is the end of the first quarter. Surprisingly, one feels we remain goalless. It is France 0, the USA 0.
That waiting for the gun, the nerves are just too much, thinking about what is about to go down.
And there goes the horn to start the race.
No, I think it's really amazing. And now the whole setup and people are dressed up.
We're giving something, I think, to the people. It's just fantastic.
The support on the side of the road is second to none, and that gives you the extra oomph.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. The scenery is beyond what I could imagine. I seriously enjoyed it. I met so many wonderful people on the way.
Really enjoying Cape Town. People seem to really appreciate artwork here, which is really nice.
Come and visit Cape Town. We are waiting for you with open arms. We welcome you here. This will remain a city of hope and opportunity for everyone, not just in Cape Town, but around the country and the world.
And he takes the tape.
Cape Town is open, safe and ready to host you.
The umpire just wanting things done the correct way at the start of the second quarter. Much of the confusion of the players on the field, but be that as it may, we are underway in the second quarter between the USA and France in the men's 45 division. Thus far, nothing to separate the teams, at least on the scoreboard, that is. However, it is the French that have been doing most of the play for the opening quarter. And the French looking to continue where they ended on the first quarter by taking the game to the USA. Labana decides to go backwards. Buckingham back to the captain Hindi. To the right hand side, Bamra. He's been pretty dangerous with these overheads and his big hits from that right hand channel. It's been proving to be a handful for the French to deal with. Big overhead from Hindi to the middle. It's a bit scrappy and a bit loose, but it is claimed by the USA center striker, who tries to get his center link involved, coughs up possession, and here come the French. Moreau on the right hand side. Tries to get past Labana. Fortunately can't, as Labana comes away with the hit. So the umpires have been pretty consistent to ensure that free hits are taken on the correct spot. Goes into midfield, Moreau for France, set up in a pocket, opting to go back to Captain Bloch. To the right hand side is Declare. It's good work from the French off the ball, creating options for the ball carrier, ensuring that passes go into space. Three-quarter press it is from the French. Into midfield. Under pressure, the USA wanting to pass the ball out the back. And, fortunately for the USA, the French coughing up possession. Big ball through to the high-hanging striker. Onto it is Rodriguez. Lays it back for Armas. All the way back goes Alex Armas. Hindi for the USA. Surveys his option. The French are coming, putting good pressure for them, and just comes off the stick of Badwe Carrier and goes over the sideline. So not only over the sideline, but out of the field of play. So we'll have to wait for another ball to be thrown on, which it eventually does come. So TJ Bamra, as he awaits, surveys his options, decides that the overhead is the way to go. It's a good weighted overhead, excellently claimed by Armas in midfield. Tries to find Rodriguez, just hiding himself a little bit behind the defender. That's a strong challenge from Armas, but it does go the way of the French, who now come away with it on the right hand side. Big ball, 45 across. Play on is the call. Bamra makes the intervention. And claimed once again by the USA. Armas, there's a high-hanging striker in Rodriguez. If he can find him. Timely intervention by Nicolas Bloch for the French, because Rodriguez was prowling in behind him and awaiting any sort of ball that gets past the last line of French defense. Back it comes for the French, opting to hold on to a position. Plenty of movement off the ball, finding himself in a little bit of space. There's space now in the top D. Has the shot on the back stick, straight at the keeper. Good save. Still there for the French though. Driving the baseline, sends the ball across. And the call has come from the umpire for a short corner. Well, it's just always one of those tricky situations where the umpire sees something, he blows it for the infringement, and the ball ends up in the back of the net. So, had he held on a little bit longer, it could have been a goal to the French. But such is the nature of the game. Umpire had blown his whistle before the ball crossed the line. So it is definitely a short corner to the French. And an early break from the USA will just compound things for them a little bit, as they'll now have to defend with just 3 players and the goalkeeper. To the top it goes. Straight hit comes in, and there it is in the bottom of. French working hard off the ball, giving passing options, and it's those little passing options that sees them maneuver their way past the various lines of the USA's defense. Baudelier linking up nicely, gets the ball back inside the side. short corners just prior to this, both leading to French goals. Will it be 3 out of 3 for the French in the second quarter? And it's one of those situations where you probably feel if it isn't broken, why fix it? So if it's worked on 2 occasions, why would you change? So let's see. Will there be a hat-trick? This time though it does come to right hand side. The drag flick across the face by Fabian Cordelier. And it is a 3rd goal. They completely bamboozled me, did the French. I thought it would be Antoine Moreau who will get a chance for his hat-trick. They decided to go to the other battery. Fabian Cordelier with the drag flick across the face of the goalkeeper, who got a boot onto it. Unfortunately, it just came off the inside of his boot and ended up into the backboard. So it is France who are now 3 goals to the good over the USA. Breakaway chance for the USA. As the US decide to make a change in goal. Dave Peel is replaced by Kala Singh. So a chance for Singh to see what he can do in this game, having just seen his teammate Peel concede 3 goals at a short corner. Hindi in midfield for the US. Under a little bit of pressure, the ball does fall though for the US inside French circle, but they opt for safety first and send the ball out of the sideline. Mohammed under a little bit of pressure does hold the ball, looks for the big pass. It is intercepted by France, but it's good working back by the US. It's excellent work from Krishnappa, tracking back, tackling back, and that's what you want to see from the strikers. They are the first line of defense. Good pass by Hindi through the middle to Baudini, but nobody able to work back for it. So a breakaway chance for France. Bamra intercepts, and immediately David Cohen wins the ball back. The French keep it alive. Vivier opting to keep the ball around the back, and it's good from France to see that they are sticking to what they know, moving the ball around, manipulating the defenders, letting everybody get a touch on the ball, ensuring that their passes are sticking. It's fantastic hockey at the moment from France. Everybody understands their role. There's plenty of work off the ball, which makes things a lot easier for the ball carrier on it. Moreau on the right hand side. He's got 2 goals in this game. Tries to send Salenson down the right hand side, but a little bit too much on it. So roughly 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. As we edge ever closer to the halftime interval, one would feel that for the way that they have controlled the game, controlled possession, and ensure that they dominate the territorial side, one does feel that France deserve the 3-goal cushion at this point. Crisp passing from France, but Bamra has been really staunch on the right-hand side of defense for the USA. And these little overheads of his is very, very threatening. But on this occasion, the French are able to deal with it. They too throw an overhead of their own, finding a player in space. Manages to latch onto the ball. That's a nice little run now from Moreau. The goal scorer tries to get the ball through. But a good touch, a timely touch from the US. Vivier through the middle. Moreau eliminates the first defender. Space on the left-hand side now for Edijo. Unfortunately, the chance just goes agonizingly wide. And the US can breathe a massive sigh of relief. Big ball once again finds Krishnappa on the left-hand side for the US into midfield. It's a good turn from Glennon. Rides one tackle, but doesn't win the hit. So the French will continue to come through Cordelier through the middle. Grabbed a drag flick goal, the third one of France. Vivier just weighing up his options, finds Cordelier. Rolls it out to the right-hand side now, changing the angle of attack of France, and Dos Santos fortunately cannot keep control of it as the hooter goes to signal the end of the second quarter. So that is half-time in this encounter. It is France 3, the USA 0.
At thehockeysite.com, it's about what happens in the locker room, thinking about the game. It's about planning and preparation, and about training and improving those skills, looking at it from different angles. But of course, it's also about teaching them to score and win. Thehockeysite.com. Share the knowledge.
So the third quarter gets underway between the USA and France. It is France with a healthy 3-0 lead. The French making most of the play in the opening half of the game. One does feel that they do deserve their 3-goal cushion. All 3 of those goals come in the way of short corner. 2 straight hits off the stick of Maru, and then a drag flick from Fabien Cordelier. But here come the USA immediately looking for a chance at goals. The pass across the face from Subaya comes off a French foot just outside the circle. Armas on the ball. Surveys his options, gets it to Bamra. Sends the ball into the circle. It's dangerous, but guided away by Salenson for the French. So to the right hand side, attempt from Hindi looking for Bamra, just a little bit too far ahead of him. The French now once again return to what they did in the first half. Move the ball. Allow the players high up in the field to get into space and support the ball carrier. They do cough up possession though, so it is the US that'll come once again. The right hand side, it is Sabaya on the ball, beats one defender and throws in the foul. Tries to go quickly, does Subaya, but called off it by Bamra. Bamra with the ball to Rodriguez, falls kindly for Rodriguez. He's got a chance against the goalkeeper, takes him out, and indeed it is a penalty stroke to the USA. Bruno Losif taking out the feet of Jose Rodriguez, and results in a penalty stroke for the US. Rodriguez against Losif. Rodriguez goes high into the top corner, slots it for the USA, and the United States of America on the board. Good work from the French immediately. In the ball to the right-hand side. And now the US, after grabbing a goal, they've got a chance to get things going. Pass, attempted pass from Armas, doesn't find the striker up front. Big ball from the French upfield, tries to it can link up with the high-hanging striker, which it doesn't, unfortunately. Just the umpire just ensuring that the head is taken on the correct spot. It's inside the 23. That's good work by Cordelier. cleaned up though by Bamra under pressure. The US. Out it comes for the French. Vivier now. He's got time. Pops it onto the foot of Glennon. Moreau. He's grabbed 2 goals already in this game. Pops the one to the shin guard of Armas. French trying to go route 1. The US up for the challenge though. French remaining in possession, trying to change the angle of attack a little bit, but they do cough up possession. The US continuing to fight, wanting to keep themselves in this one, keep themselves alive in the game. They're only trailing by 2. But the French would want to restore that 3-goal lead they had. It's fighting hard for it, the US. The French come away with it now to the right-hand side. That's good work, and winning the short corner is Cordelier. A very strong challenge from Hindi. And it is a short corner going the way of France. They've had 3 short corners in the second chukka, which they scored all 3. And now a chance for them to restore their 3-goal cushion with around 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. So as we await the injection from France, this time it goes to the Newcastle. Vivier with a slap, looking for the deflection on the far post, but good intervention from Hindi. Gets a little stick on it, and it goes over the baseline, which results in a long corner for France. It's a bit scrappy inside the circle, but the US somehow managed to come away with it. The US in possession inside the 23. Ball pops up a little bit off the stick, and seems as though the umpire is calling one of the players over. I think he's had enough of the constant chatter coming from the players, and it is Barbe Carrere who has shown a green card. perhaps the umpire just had enough of all the unnecessary chatter on the field. So French now in possession from the left-hand side, swoop the ball over to the right. Unfortunately, the ball just pops off the foot, much to the dismay of the French player. But a breakaway chance for the US. It is Rodriguez in possession. Dispossessed though. France showing that they are up for this challenge. Coming away to the left-hand side, big ball through for France, but nobody up there to get his stick on the end of it. So could have been a good chance. US having to bowl from the back. Through the middle now come the French. Vivier in possession, tries to throw the ball to the right hand side. Nobody able to get onto it. So, little bit of a break in play. Umpires are just wanting to confer on something. Seems as there's a green card to the USA, not sure why. Seems as though the US just had one too many players on the field. And the umpire obviously noticing, and well, the net result is a card being brandished to the US. So they had 12 on the field, they'll now have 10. There's still a bit of uncertainty, there's still a bit of clarification on who needs to go off. So, after all that confusion, back underway through the right-hand side. Labana tries to work his way through, and he's brandished with a yellow card. So, the US are now down to 9 players on the field. And the French have got to take advantage now of this extra 2 players. To the left-hand side they go. Acres of space. The shot comes in, goes across the face, and misses on the far post. Trying to come through the middle are the French. A missed time pass dealt with by Bamra for the US. Who decides that it's safety first. But the French keep coming. Try to work their way through. Chance for the France on the far post. Calmness and composure from the French. And they managed to restore their 3-goal advantage. It's a really good and well taken goal by the French. He had plenty to do. Perhaps made a bit easier by the fact that Singh was laid prone. but Sebastian Lebrey managing to keep a calm head to get the ball into the back of the net. As France comes now, once again, they've got their tails up after that score. They went into a bit of a lull, and that is when they conceded the goal from the US. But they've come back now and they've hit back hard. It just seems as though there's an extra bit of niggle that is starting to happen in this game. And Rodriguez, initially shown a green card, demonstrates a little bit with the umpire, and the umpire changes it from green to yellow. So ill discipline being shown on the part of the USA. And ill discipline might just cost them at the end of the game. France are doing what they do best, hanging on to possession and frustrating the opposition. To the right-hand side, ball into the circle, handled by Hindi, although there is a bit of obstruction. And will be another short corner to France. To the far corner, drag flick once again, good save by Singh. But the ricochet coming off a defender, so it would be a re-award in favor of France. Vivier, he has a turn. Good save by Singh once again. It's good goalkeeping from the USA. Good little chance for France inside the circle, continuing to just plug away at the US defense. Again, confusion or at least on the field. The hooter has gone to signal the end of the third quarter. And the umpires are saying we're going to be playing on because seems to be a bit of a technical issue on the side of the field. Though sanity has prevailed. It is the end of the third quarter. And it comes to an end with France holding a 4-1 lead over the USA. We're back for the final quarter of the game between France and the USA in the men's 45 division. It is the French that will head into the last few minutes with a 4-1 lead over the USA. They had a 3-0 lead at half time. And then back came the USA in the third quarter, and effectively the third quarter ending in a 1-all draw. But thanks to the 3-goal cushion at half-time, the French managing to maintain that as we head into the final quarter in the penultimate game of the opening day out here at the Masters Hockey World Cup, being hosted by South Africa and more specifically the city of Cape Town. Looking to link up all the French. Fortunately, just misses its pass. It's the French now having to bold all the way from the back. Decide to take it down the right-hand side. This time moving the ball all the way to the left now, through the middle. Space on the top of the circle. Nobody making their way towards the ball for the French. So it just allows the US to come away with it. And a chance for Rodriguez to return to the field. Under pressure are the French, but they managed to deal with it, and that's been a highlight of the way that France has gone about things. That they've really been able to hold their own when the pressure has been put on the defense by the US. And they get themselves into this sort of position inside the circle, ball across the face. And, nobody on the end of it. Once again, the French come through the middle. Chance for Cohen, but the intervention is there from the USA. Take it quickly. Tries to get something going on the right-hand side, but snuffed out by the French. A chance for France goes agonizingly wide. You can just hear the groans from the crowd. Almost as if the crowd wanted more. Wanted to see the French score some more, but here they do come down the right-hand side. A chance apiece spot. It's there for Cohen! And his attempt misses on the inside. Rodriguez was tried to spark something for the US. France seem to just get something going. That's all that USA wants to do. Bamra goes on his own, beats two, throws in a massive tackle outside the circle and wins the short corner for the USA. So what can the USA produce? It's not a good injection. Allows France to get out numbers, but a chance still there for the US. Shot comes in. Good save, though it does come off the defender. So it will be another short corner for the USA. Better push out. Bamra tries the little pass across the face. Fortunately, it goes wide, comes off the body of an attacker. So France will come away with it. Breakaway chance, space on the right hand side, two men overlap. Carrying it all the way, looking to be perhaps a bit too fancy. Feels that Lebre should probably have pulled the trigger and gone for the massive shot himself to add to his goal scoring tally. But he opted to play the unselfish game and link up with one of his teammates. But the interception was there by the US. So France remaining in possession to the baseline. Ball across the face, it's still there on the P spot. That's excellent work in defense by the US to get the ball away. Can he keep it in? Alan Golding unable to get there. Well, that was good play all around from both of these sides. And it is really all kicking off right here. As the game ticks along and we close out the penultimate game. Rodriguez for the USA into the circle, looks to get the ball to Sabaya. Again, off the stick of Rodriguez, and a short corner for the USA. Completely against the run of play, one would think. But the umpire has decided that the initial clearance from the French was a little bit dangerous. So it is the US that will have another short corner. Top of the D. mistrap from the US. And that attack comes to naught. It's the French breakaway, but isolated. Plenty of numbers ahead of him. But a timely intervention from the US defender. Ensure that the French don't get anything more than just a free hit outside. And not 5 are the USA. And that'll always mean that the umpire will award a short corner. A short corner it is to the French. So it is the French this time. Straight hit once again. Good save by Singh. Excellent work by the goalkeeper of the US. Ensure that he does not concede anymore. On the left-hand side go the US. Big ball up field. It's intercepted though by the French. It's a big challenge on the French player and immediately call time does the umpire, just to ensure that the player is that he is okay. If the medical staff need to get onto the field, they will signal for them to enter. He does get up. Still wanting to demonstrate with the umpire. Didn't the umpire know exactly where he was hit? But back we come to the action. And it is France. 4.5 minutes to go in the game. Launch an attack all the way to the front, and it's a bit of a clash as the umpire now just ensures that everything is okay. The net result, though, after everything is a short corner to France. So, despite there being plenty of confusion, there's confusion on the field, there's confusion up here. And we'll end up seeing exactly what will happen. Sees Vivier and Cordelier at the top. It does come the side of Vivier, looking back to the pusher. Again, Singh makes the save with a stick this time. Away come the USA on the right-hand side, trying to get something going in these final few minutes. Perhaps just wanting to finish the game on a high, if they can. French continue to turn possession over when and however they want to. Here's another massive blast of the whistle by the umpire, still showing the players that he's not going to take any nonsense at all. So about 2 minutes to go in the final quarter of this game. One would feel that with a 4-1 lead, France has all but sealed victory. For the US, they will head back to the drawing board and see where they went wrong. It was kind of a case of just dropping their standards. They came out pretty strongly and had some good aspects to their game. It's just unfortunate that they couldn't maintain that for the duration of the game, and it just allowed the French to build in confidence, get their passes to stick, and then create chances like this. Comes across the face, open balls for France, and somehow, some way, the USA just scrambled the ball away, ensuring that no more damage is done to the scoreline for now, at least. But what a chance and what a goal that is from the French. They score, there's high fives all around. There's also a player down just off the field. But as good as the USA have been in the last few minutes to keep the French at bay, they dropped their concentration for just a split second. That's enough for France to add a fifth goal onto the scoreboard.